Going on YouTube, as you can see, we are at Seaside. We are at the beach. So what I'm gonna do right now is engage the four-wheel drive, and we are engaged in four-wheel drive, and we're just gonna cruise on the beach a little bit here and see what's going on. So I got the new wheels and tires, and at first it was seeming like, I don't know, maybe I needed some type of, I got the wheel alignment, and for whatever reason, it was just seeming I've been driving on these roads to the beach, and they're kind of uneven type of roads, but it really was seeming like the car was pulling more to the right. And I noticed my tire pressure, I'm not sure how much 1 pound on each side mattered, but one side was like 36 and the other side was like 35. So 35 on the left side and then 36 on the right side. And I went to Les Schwab and had them try to get them matched up to they're both the same. And I asked the guy about the whole wheel alignment thing, and just felt different. He said, well, sometimes when you go with a different size tire and wheels and stuff, you kind of notice the uneven pavement a little bit more. So I'm hoping that's the case. So we'll see how we do if I can get to some type of flat surface. Try that out. But yeah, I'm just cruising right now. I'm gonna just take it off the, I think some of that could be my OCD as well, you know, always wanting the tire pressure to be the same on all four tires, and you know, really trying to see if the car is driving straight or not. But yeah, we're just gonna be cruising right now. This is pretty cool. So this is Delray Beach or something like that. Delray Recreational, where you can drive, I think it's about 8 miles. So we're just gonna cruise on the beach. It's actually really nice to be able to just drive on the beach like this. I don't know. I guess this is supposed to be the only place in Oregon where you can drive on the beach like this. So I engaged the whole crawl control earlier in the heavier part of the sand, and I tell you, I had to stop it because you guys know my wife is pregnant, and it shakes you around a lot. It makes a lot of noise, and you definitely probably only want to use that when you're actually stuck, because it wasn't very enjoyable at all. Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of shaking, a lot of noise, and it was really just kind of annoying more than anything. So maybe you guys can tell me if you guys have had the same experience with that. But yeah, and also I was engaging 4-low. I know a 4-low you want to stay under like 10 miles an hour, or around, you know, a little less, like 5 miles. Probably no more than 10 miles an hour when you're probably driving in that. And so I engaged that. I put it in sand and mud. That was pretty cool, but it did take a little bit of time to kind of get it to engage. You kind of really got to follow the steps, you know. Put it in 4 high first, then put it in neutral. Wait for it to stop blinking. You don't want to drive, I guess, if it's blinking, because you could damage your transfer case. But yeah, we're just out here cruising on the beach. I want to just basically go from one end and check out the other end, probably get out and park it and take some cool pictures and stuff like that. But it's a beautiful day here at Seaside. We got it's 54, but it seems like it's a lot warmer than that. But yeah, I just wanted to get some footage of me actually driving out here and just kind of showing you guys. And it seems to be handling pretty good. I guess this would be a good way to see if the car is going one way or not. I mean, it is pretty flat surface out here. And I'm just cruising along. It doesn't seem like it's just really wanting to pull too many ways. I also wonder too, sometimes maybe you have to let the tires kind of settle a little bit, and let the suspension kind of settle. But I think it might have been mostly just me not feeling comfortable or used to driving the truck with the new setup, and then driving on a lot of uneven roads and stuff. Those windy roads, and a lot of big trucks are always going up and down them, so they're pretty uneven. But this is really cool right now because there's really not a lot of people at this end right over here. So it feels good to, you know, to go ahead and engage the four-wheel drive and test out the system. I guess, you know, I'm not sure. It seems weird, you know, that you you're not supposed to drive it in four-wheel drive when you're on the pavement. I don't see how the truck could tell the difference between the traction of the car. I mean, when it's such a hard sand like this. But I guess this makes it okay for whatever reason. And I guess if you're driving straight, it really doesn't matter. If you drive straight for just a short period of time, you won't damage it. But just to engage it, so you know, get those fluids going. But yeah, I'm in 4 high now, so you know, this is I might hopefully be able to get out to, right over here, you can see it right there, 4 high, you're in the green. And then so, but yes, also in 4 high though, you can see right there, that's true. That was good. So I got my wife filming right now, as I mentioned before. They got some heavier sand over there. I could probably take it in over there, but just to kind of cruise through it. I did it earlier, but it's pretty bumpy, and you know, I don't want to be bumping the baby around. And definitely the crawl control is not a good idea to do that with her in the car. It was just shaking way too much and moving around and rocking. It was terrible. So I definitely will only be using that if I'm stuck somewhere. So hopefully I'll be able to get, so this is just the first part. I'm not going to try to drive. I would like to drive a little bit closer to the water, but I'm not really trying to throw all the salt water underneath the truck and deal with all that stuff. But hopefully I'll maybe be able to get to some logging roads later on, maybe tomorrow. So we'll see how it does out there, and some gravel and maybe some mud and stuff like that. But right now this is just cool. So I won't keep you guys too long because all we're doing is just driving. But so far, yeah, other than, you know, like I said, the first little bit of kind of being, I don't know, I would say almost irritated or agitated with the simple fact that it seemed like the car was pulling to one way or another. I do like the way the setup, I like the way it looks. Truck definitely looks higher. Like I said, I kind of went over the specs and compared my old tire setup and this tire setup, and it said I wasn't going to gain any height. Maybe I didn't, but it definitely looks like it did. So the overall, I guess, circumference is the outside part of the tire, if I'm not mistaken, or versus the diameter. But one of those two is bigger. But other than that, it said the same. The sidewall was the same from the ground up. So it didn't say you gained any height, which is kind of confusing. But it definitely looks higher, and I definitely like the way the truck looks. It makes it look bigger with the wheels, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so I like that, and hopefully, you know, like I said, I can get on some flat surfaces and really make sure that the car is not going one way or another. But I will say this, I definitely didn't notice too much of an acceleration, or didn't notice too much of acceleration loss or power loss because of the new setup. But I definitely want to go ahead and get that TRD exhaust, and maybe just go ahead and throw in the cold air filter, get a new filter in here until I get a cold air intake. But yeah, that's gonna do it. We're probably at a few minutes. My wife's arm's getting tired. I need to get one of those things that she can hold up like this, or get one of the camera, the little views that you can have when you're driving, so I can do some better driving videos, so I don't have to have anybody here with me all the time recording. But thanks a lot for checking out the channel, you guys. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit the notify button, because I am going to be uploading videos again. I hadn't uploaded some in a while because I've just been working a lot and had a cat that went missing, and you know, just a lot of stuff going on. So with all that being said, if you're thinking about getting one of these trucks, this is one of the reasons why I got it. I know I always tell you guys I'm about to end the video and I don't, but this is one of the reasons why I got it, so I can do cool stuff like this, get out here driving on the beach. So I'm glad that I'm actually using the four-wheel drive. You do want to use these four-wheel drives because they can seize up on you, and you do want to make sure you're using it the right way. So make sure you read the manuals, go to YouTube, and make sure to see how you engage things so you don't damage your truck. That's the last thing you want to do, is damage your truck when you're just trying to have fun and use the tools that it has. So you guys have a good day. God bless. Have a good week ahead, and be safe. And drop a comment below if you guys got any advice for me while driving on the beach, or places to go. We're down here in Seaside, like I said. This is Del Rey. It's really cool. It's really really beautiful, as you guys can see. But you guys have a good day, and God bless. Peace.